What have we got here today, Peter?
Well, on a day where we can't be out in the sun that much because it's the hottest day in the year for us here, so never leave veg out in the sun because it fades. So we're going to do a very quick little video on a beautiful bit of vegetable tan leather. It's from a very traditional tannery that went out of business about 3 years ago, called Clayton, where they limed in pits, where they tanned in pits, where they had a real collection of people who knew what they were doing with regard to making leather. There was a guy called Joe Dewhurst, one of the foremost tanners of the past 50 to 60 years. There was a guy called Barry Knight, who was a real tanner. And there were people like Matt Abbott and a lot of good sales and administrative people. And for some reason, they went out of business. As is current these days. Yesterday, my favourite tannery in the world, Pittard's, went out of business, and obviously we want to send all the very best to all their employees, and from my point of view, thank every one of them, past and present, for what they did with regard to that tannery. And that's enough of the past. This is the future, and we got these leathers in a partially processed condition. They're still in what's called a vegetable crust condition, but when we got them, they were fresh from the hanging racks. And at Clayton's, they used to hang it a very traditional way. So we've had them further processed in England. No secret, at Blenkinsopps. At Blenkinsopps, there's a great tanner called Andrew Miller, and he's produced from a crust that wasn't the most delightful looking crust I've ever seen in my life. He's produced these wonderful pieces of heritage vegetably tanned leather. You can see the sort of size and shape of them. They're about 2.5 feet by 5, 6 feet. They're averaging 12, 13, 14, 15 square feet. And they make a very, very good value piece of leather for many, many different uses. Their thickness is 1.8 to 2.5. They're mellow, and they are the real thing. And because of how we obtain them, and because of Andrew charging us a very competitive price for making them into leather, we're able to offer these pieces at £55 each, which makes it almost double the value of an equivalent piece of leather from Europe. So what are you getting? You're getting a leather which is from animals that have been raised in the UK, raised on grass. You're getting a leather that has been very traditionally tanned, vegetably tanned in pits. The liming process, again, was a traditional process, and it's been made into a very presentable, I don't know if I dare say it, but almost modern piece of vegetable tanned leather. But it's the real thing. It's got history. It's got the whole history of tanneries that have been in existence for hundreds of years. So we hope you like it. We've got 48 immediately available, and they're going to be done on a first come, first served basis. There are little characteristics of them, as you can see. Some will have a little bit more sort of subdued growth on them than others. They're a little variable in shade, not unusual. They're dyeable, very dyeable, and they make up wonderfully. And we'll be showing you products that have been made out of them over the coming weeks. So that's enough from me about them. All that's left to do is for you to buy them.
Press the button. That's great.